Southern Europe, next video in the collection, makes, we're going to talk about Southern Europe. We're going to talk about the countries of Portugal, Spain, Italy, and Greece. Again, next slide shows that Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Greece. And then there's several tiny countries that you could include in here as well. We'll start off with the Iberian Peninsula, which is the countries of Portugal and Spain. It's a peninsula, of course, because three bodies of water surround it, and then another side of it is touching land. Okay, and you can see this little country right here, Andorra. You can barely see its borders. It's one of those tiny countries that we were talking about. Some famous cities: Lisbon, Madrid, Barcelona, of course, is over here. Practice something called dry farming, where they don't use irrigation. Often land is left unplanted every few years so they can store moisture. Economically, Spain and Portugal belong to the European Union. Spain is world famous for producing olive oil. Portuguese farmers are known for growing potatoes, grains, fruits, olives, and grapes again. Portugal is the world's leading exporter of cork. Tourism is incredibly important to this region and to most of Western Europe. When we talk about the European Union, we talk about the European currency called the euro. Most countries in Europe use this currency. You see a common look to it, same denomination, but what you'll see on the coins and on the paper are going to be images that are related to those specific countries. When we talk about Spain, when we talk about the Iberian Peninsula and the governments of those countries, Spain has a constitutional monarchy. Okay, but they, again, very similar to the United Kingdom, the king or queen is the head of state with very little power. So elected officials run the government. So a constitutional monarchy with a democratic style government. Portugal is a parliamentary republic where the president is the head of state. The prime minister is the head of the government who is in charge of making rules and enforcing them. Andorra is a parliamentary democracy, but is also governed by Spain and France in certain parts with certain rules that exist. Spain is known as a country of different countries. Spanish people don't speak the same language. They don't have a single culture. People who live near the Pyrenees, which is a mountain range between Spain and France, see themselves as completely separate from Spain. And because of this, there are some conflicts that occur in Spain from time to time. Portugal has developed a unified culture based on the Portuguese language and a very long history. The Pyrenees, as referenced before, is a mountain range between France and Spain. Some of the major cities that you would recognize in this region include Madrid, which has about 5 million people in it. You'll see some air pollution in Madrid because of that, a high number of cars and automobiles that exist there. And then the capital of Portugal, which is Lisbon, a much smaller population, but again, a much smaller country. Interesting tidbit with Spain, most families don't eat dinner until very late at night, sometimes as late as 9 o'clock. They enjoy something called paella, which often has shrimp, lobster, chicken, ham, and vegetables mixed in with seasoned rice. Rock and jazz are very popular, and music is a huge cultural influence in Spain. Paella looks similar to this, but there's some other ones as well. Italy is another famous country in Southern Europe. The boot country, as some people would refer to it, because it has that shape of a boot at the bottom, includes Sicily and Sardinia. Their economy is often separated by regions, north and south. It's one of the world's leading industrial economies, but it also has products manufactured by small family businesses. Most of the manufacturing takes place in the north. That's why the north is more historically wealthy. The south is a little bit poorer. Rome is the capital city, and they, again, also have the currency of the euro. Parliamentary republic, very similar to the countries that we've been talking about. Most of the countries in Europe, as you're seeing now, are parliamentary republics where there's a president and a prime minister. The prime minister in Italy is selected by the president. He can be fired at any time if he's not doing a good job. Again, as we mentioned before, there's some political and cultural tension between the north and south because of that inequality of wealth based off of manufacturing. About 57 million people in Italy, 70% of which live in towns and cities. 95% of the population are Catholic, okay, which is very convenient because the Vatican is located in Rome. language of Italian. And then Italy, home of the Renaissance, has a ton of valuable art all over the country in many famous cities like Florence, Milan, and things like that. Greece is one of the last countries that we'll talk about. It is on the southern tip of the Balkan Peninsula. So if we go back, you can see it is a peninsula. 1, 2, 3 sides covered by water. Includes over 2,000 islands. 170 of them have people living on them. Experience frequent earthquakes because of their location. Their economy is part of the European Union. It's one of the least industrialized economies in Europe, and is the reason why their economy has been struggling quite a bit lately. They must import quite a bit of food, fuel, and manufactured goods. Some of their crops are olive oil and grapes. Parliamentary republic, again, you see common thread. Population of about 11 million people. Most of the people who live in Greece are Greek Orthodox Christians. The most important holiday is Easter. An interesting tidbit again, no part of Greece is more than 85 miles from the sea. Very cool. So you get to see things like this. Some of the views in Greece are incredible. A lot of things to cover there in Southern Europe. Again, I'll show you Portugal, Spain, Italy, and Greece. Something to keep in mind. There's so much more that you can find out about the culture and the people of these countries. We're trying to do it very quickly, while also giving you an overview of all of Western Europe. Hopefully you take a deeper dive into some of these countries. That's Southern Europe.